Hello! Welcome back to the mat, my friends, and welcome to our full moon slow flow practice. So if you've been practicing with me the past couple of weeks, then you know that we've been following the cycle of the moon this month. Last week was the first quarter moon, and this week brings us to the full moon, which is the halfway point of the lunar cycle. So we start with the new moon. When the moon appears completely dark in the sky, we transition through the first quarter moon and then to the full moon. Next week will be the last quarter moon, and then we'll be back at a new moon again. So at the full moon, the sun and the moon are on opposite sides of the sky with relation to the earth. And so that's why we see the moon fully illuminated. It looks super big and super bright, and that's because the light of the sun is reflecting off of it, and we see all of the moon and all of its beautiful glory. Some themes around the full moon are letting go in order to receive. So last week at the first quarter moon, that's kind of the time when we start to encounter any obstacles or challenges as we work towards the intentions that we set at the new moon. And now at the full moon, we kind of take stock of where we're at, of what we're working with, of what we're dealing with, and we allow ourselves to let go of all the things that are not serving us, that are not helping us to progress on our path, in order to make space for all that the universe wants to bring into our lives so that we can bring our intentions to fruition. I hope that made sense. So working on releasing in order to invite in all that awaits us. If we think about if you come home from the supermarket and your hands are full of groceries, you're holding all this stuff. You can't take on anything new. You can't grab onto anything else with your hands because your hands are full. You're tapped out. It's the same way energetically. So the stuff that we're carrying with us, that we're holding on to, in order to make space for anything new, any new energies, any new habits, any new opportunities to come to us, we have to sort of put some stuff down. And so that's the theme of the full moon. For today's practice, if you've got 2 blocks, go ahead and grab them. We shouldn't need any other prompts necessarily, but as always, if you've got props, go ahead and have them near your mat should you want them during the practice. Other than that, you'll want your yoga mat. If you have not joined the online tribe, click the link in the description below. Come on in and join us, and you'll get every week's brand new class emailed directly to you. And if you'd like to support the channel and the making of more videos like these, come on, join me on Patreon, and that link is also in the description below. Alrighty, go ahead and unroll your mat, and I'm going to meet you right here in a tall seat. Alrighty, my friends, come on into a tall, comfortable seat. I am sitting up on a block. Perhaps you'd like to try that as well. Maybe not. You can sit up on a bolster, on a pillow, a cushion. The legs can be in any configuration that feels most comfortable for you, as long as you can sit with a nice long spine. Go ahead and invite the eyelids to close. And if that doesn't feel comfortable today, you can gently lower the gaze towards the earth, or simply starting to take the attention inward just a little bit. And take a moment to become aware of your physical body. Noticing any sensations that are present for you as you come into this seat. And feel yourself rooting down through your sitting bones. Elegant length traveling up the spine to the crown of the head. Allowing the shoulders to relax away from the ears. And allowing all the muscles in your face to soften. And bringing that gentle awareness to your breath. And simply becoming aware of your inhales and exhales. And then allow your new moon intentions to come on into your mind. And if you didn't set any intentions at the new moon, you can allow yourself to set an intention now, something you'd like to work on or work toward in the coming weeks. And with your new moon intention here in mind, consider what it is that you would like to invite in order to bring your intentions to fruition. And so you might want to invite in new energies, new habits, people, opportunities. And once you know what it is that you want to invite into your life, begin to consider what you are ready to let go of in order to make space for that. And so again, it could be energies, habits, people. And what is it that you are ready to leave behind in order to expand into your potential? Taking just a couple more breaths right here, allowing all of that to land deeply. And then gently opening the eyes. We'll begin in a tabletop position, hands and knees. Stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. Moving through some cat-cows here, really nice and slow, gentle. As you inhale, drop the belly, lifting the gaze and the tailbone. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, pressing the earth away, bringing the chin in towards the chest. Inhaling to arch the back, open the heart forward. And exhaling to round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Take two more just like this. And return to a neutral spine. And we're going to go ahead and take the hips all the way out to the left. So pop the hips to the left and then turn to look over the left shoulder. Left shoulder. So you should feel a nice stretch along the right side of the body. And then come to the other side. Pop the hips over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. Feel opening all down the left side. And then come through center and then back to the left, opening right side. Come through center to the right, opening left. And continue like this. And then one more time each side. And then we're going to sort of combine those movements coming into barrel rolls. So envision that your torso from like the neck all the way down to your hips is located inside a jar of peanut butter. And what you're trying to do is scoop out all the edges of the peanut butter jar. So your torso is going to move in this circular rotation. You're trying to get all the edges out. I hope this makes sense. It could be a Nutella jar if that's more your jam. Your delicious snack of choice that comes in a jar. And then take your rolls the other way. So the torso goes up to the right, down towards the earth, to the left, and then back up. Or maybe you're going the other way, depending on which direction you went first. Alrighty, then from here, start to make your way into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes under, lift knees and hips. Pressing the chest back towards the legs. You can come into any movement that speaks to you here. Pedaling out the feet, bending the knees. And then finding some stillness in your downward facing dog. Make sure the fingers are spread, pressing the earth away, pressing through all 5 finger pads. Keeping the legs nice and active, kneecaps reaching up towards the hip points. And go ahead and come on forward into a plank pose, stacking the shoulders right above the wrists. And then bring your knees down onto the earth and bring your torso all the way to the earth. Bring tops of the feet onto your mat. Bring the hands out wide in line with the shoulders, coming up onto tented fingertips. We're going to come into some cobra waves. So you can start with your forehead on the earth and you're going to lead with the back of the neck. So really pull the shoulder blades back towards each other, and from there, as you inhale, roll yourself up. The head will come up last, and as you exhale, roll back down. Inhale to roll up, opening the heart forward, and exhale to roll down. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Take 2 more just like this. Inhale to rise, exhale, lower. 1 more, inhale, lift, and exhale, come on down. And go ahead and bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And then from here, press back into a child's pose. Seat to feet, forehead to the earth. Allow yourself a moment to get heavy here. And then slowly begin to lift your torso, Coming to sit up on your heels. We'll come into just a couple moon salutations. If you did the new moon practice, that was all moon salutations, so we're not going to do quite so many, just a couple. As you inhale, go ahead and come up onto the knees, lifting the arms up by the ears. As you exhale, fold down into a child's pose. Inhale to roll the spine out, coming into a cow. So drop the belly, open the heart. As you exhale, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, downward facing dog. Step the right foot in between the hands. As you inhale, open the heart to the front of your mat. And then step the left foot up to meet the right. As you fold over the legs, feel free to bend the knees here as much as you'd like. On an inhale, come all the way up to stand, arms lift high. And as you exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, fold over the legs. Take the right foot, step it way back as you inhale, open the heart forward. And then plant the palms and step the left foot back into downward facing dog. Bring the knees onto the earth. Inhale, open the heart for cow. And as you exhale, seat to feet, child's pose. Inhale, rise up onto the knees, arms lift. And exhale, seat to feet. Just like that. Inhale, come on up to the knees, lift the arms. And exhale, fold down, child's pose. Inhale, come on to the hands, cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. The left foot steps between the hands this time. Inhale, open the heart. As you exhale, step the right foot up to meet the left and fold. As you inhale, rise to stand, arms lift. And exhale, hands into heart. Inhale, arms lift. As you exhale, fold down over legs. Left foot steps way back. Inhale, open the heart forward. Plant the palms, step right foot back, downward facing dog. Knees to the earth as you inhale, open the heart for cow. And then exhale, child's pose. As you inhale, come up onto the knees, open the heart. And then exhale, seat to feet. Awesome. From here, come on back into your downward facing dog. As you inhale, go ahead and lift the right leg up and back and bring the right foot in between the hands. The left knee comes onto the earth. You can untuck the back toes. If you'd like to roll up your mat or bring something underneath the left knee, feel free. As you feel ready, inhale to lift, Anjaneyasana. Really press into the right foot here as you kind of lift up out of the lunge. Gently pull the pubic bone towards the navel so you firm up the lower belly, and then keeping all of that active from here, maybe find a bit more depth in the leg. You'll feel a pretty big stretch in the left hip flexor. The hips are where we tend to carry a lot of emotion, a lot of baggage. So opening into the hips allows us to find a bit more space, a bit of release there. As you breathe into this pose, imagine breathing in all that you are inviting in and exhaling out everything you're ready to let go of. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the earth. Left palm goes flat. Open the right arm up to the sky, twisting towards the right leg. Take an inhale here. Now as you exhale, reach the right hand towards the back of your mat. Now from here, start to lift the left foot. Don't take hold of it with the hand just yet, and then lower the left foot to the earth. Lift the left foot, and then lower. And lift, and this time maybe you take hold of the left foot with the right hand, twisting the torso to the right leg, gently pulling left leg in towards your seat. And then gently, without slingshotting the left foot, release it back to the earth. Right hand comes back onto the earth. Inhale, open the heart forward. As you exhale, pull the hips back, coming into Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Imagine the heart reaching towards the foot, the right hip pulling back gently, and maybe lowering the torso over the right leg. This is a beautiful place to bring blocks underneath the hands if you feel like you need the earth to come up and meet you a little bit. And gently rebend into the right knee. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, and you're going to walk the hands over to the left side of your mat as you bring your left heel onto the earth and turn the right toes to go parallel to the left. Inhale, lengthen the spine long, and as you exhale, drop the head towards the earth, coming into wide-legged forward fold. The hands can come in line with the feet if that's available to you. Maybe you bring some blocks underneath your hands. Keep the legs nice and active, the kneecaps pulling up towards the hip points. Notice if all of your weight is sort of dumping back into the heels, and see if you can bring an evenly distributed weight along the feet. So really turn on the arches of the feet. As you inhale, bring hands under shoulders, lengthen the spine. Walk the hands to the back of your mat, coming to the left foot. Turn left toes to face the back of your mat. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Bring the right knee onto the earth. Untucking the back toes. When you feel steady in the legs, lifting the torso, lifting the arms. Press into the left foot and lift up out of your lunge a little bit. Gently bring the pubic bone to the navel. Firm up the belly. Keeping that active. From here, find a bit more depth in your lunge if that feels okay. It's a pretty big stretch along the right hip flexor, so go easy with it. With each breath in, inviting in all that's going to take you forward on your path to your intentions. And with each breath out, releasing those things that no longer serve you. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right palm goes flat. As you inhale, open the left arm to the sky, twisting towards the left leg. Really press the earth away with the right arm. Find a lift, like you're being lifted up towards the sky with the left hand. One more inhale. As you exhale, reach towards now the front of your mat, but towards the right foot. And then from here, see if you can lift the right foot up and then lower. If any of this is uncomfortable on the knee, feel free to skip it. Lift the right foot and lower. And lift, and this time maybe you take hold of right foot with the left hand, gently pulling the foot in towards your seat as you spin the chest open towards the left leg. Gently releasing the right leg towards the earth. Hands come to frame the front foot. Inhale, open the heart forward. As you exhale, pull the hips back in space, straightening the left leg a little or a lot for Ardha Hanuman. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Imagine reaching heart towards the foot. Pull the left hip back slightly. Make sure you're flexing the left foot. And maybe you can lower the torso over the left leg a little bit more. And gently rebend the left knee. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and walk the hands over to the side of your mat, coming to your wide-legged forward fold once again. So parallel the feet. Inhale to lengthen the spine. This time bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and then fold over the legs, allowing the arms to come up and overhead. Again, legs stay active, distribute the weight evenly, and really feel the shoulder blades pulling towards each other like you're trying to squeeze a pencil right in between the shoulder blades. And then releasing hands to the earth. Hands under shoulders, inhale, lengthen spine. And then walk the hands to the front of your mat, turning the right toes to face the front of your mat, coming onto the ball of the back foot, planting the palms and taking the right foot back for downward facing dog. On an inhale, come on forward, strong plank pose. As you exhale, bring the knees to the earth and then the torso to the earth. Inhale, open the heart forward, find your cobra pose. And as you exhale, lower to the earth. We'll come into a Shalabhasana locust pose. So the feet come together to touch, arms come beside the body, turning the palms to face the earth. Now you're going to reach the feet behind you so much that they begin to lift off the earth. The legs will lift. And then reach the shoulder blades towards each other so much that the chest lifts up off the earth. Really feel all the little muscles in the back working to find lift here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, release. Stack one hand on top of the other. Bring the forehead onto the hands. And shift the hips side to side. And then from here, you can begin to press yourself slowly back into a child's pose. Bringing seat to feet, forehead to the earth. Take a big breath in through the nose. And open the mouth and let it go. And gently begin to lift the torso. Shift the hips over to one side and bring the legs around in front of you. Coming into a Janu Shirsasana. So make sure you're sitting up on sit bones, not rolling back on tailbone. If you do find that you're sort of rolling back, bring a blanket or towel or small cushion under your seat so that you can sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and bend the right knee, bringing it in towards the chest, and then open the right knee out towards the right. So you're making like tree pose legs. Turn the torso to face your left leg. Flex the left toes up towards the sky. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, imagine reaching heart towards the foot as you fold over the leg. Use each inhale to find a bit more length in the spine. And each exhale to maybe lower a little bit more over the leg. Keep the left leg nice and active so that the hamstring can release a little bit. So keeping the quad nice and active. And then gently lifting the torso, extending right leg long. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest and then opening, or the left knee rather, left knee into the chest, opening left knee out to the left like your tree pose legs. And then make sure the torso is turning to face the right leg, flexing the right toes. Inhale, lengthen spine. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing the torso down over the leg. And gently lifting the torso. Extending both legs long, flexing the feet. Inhale, find length through the spine, and exhale, hinge at the hips as you bring the torso over the legs. You can take hold of the shins, maybe the ankles, maybe take hold of the feet as you bring the torso down over the legs. Gently lift the torso. Nice long spine. And then from here, make your way onto your back. Go ahead and grab hold of a block. Just one. As you come to lie on your back, we're coming into a Viparita Karani, which is a legs up the wall variation with a block. If you do want to scooch up to a wall and take your legs up the wall, feel free to do that. Otherwise, bring the soles of both feet flat onto the earth. Press gently into the feet, lift the hips just enough to bring the block underneath your sacrum. I recommend the lowest height, especially if you're working with a foam block because they're kind of squishy. And then from here, lifting the feet up off the mat and then extending the feet up towards the sky. Gently begin to bend at the knees, bringing the feet towards the earth. And bringing the feet all the way flat. Pressing into the feet, lift the hips just enough to move the block out from underneath you and coming to lie all the way on the earth. Go ahead and hug both knees into the chest, giving them a squeeze. And then drop both knees over towards the left, maybe scooching the hips to the right a little bit, coming into a supine twist. You can take any leg variation that feels good for you here. Bringing the gaze over the right shoulder. Lifting the knees up through center, and then taking them to the other side, coming into your twist. And gaze will come over to the left side this time. Lifting the knees back to center, recentering the hips, hugging the legs into the chest one last time. And if there are any final movements that your body is craving before we find stillness, feel free to pause the video and take whatever that is. If you are ready for Savasana, come on with me. Extend the legs long, feet about as wide as your mat, maybe wider. Extending the arms by the sides of the body. The palms turned up towards the sky. We're going to take 3 big breaths here, inhaling to draw in all that you need in order to bring your intentions to life. And big exhales to release all that you no longer need. Here we go. Big inhale, fill up. Exhale, let something go. Inhale deeply. Release. One more big breath in. And let it go. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Take a gentle scan of your body from head to toe. Notice if there are any areas where you're still holding, where there's still tension holding on. And see if you can invite those areas to gently release. And if you have more time for Savasana, please do stay. Otherwise, begin to bring some gentle movement into the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Take a nice long stretch here like you just woke up. And then bring soles of your feet flat onto your mat and turn onto the side of your choice. Using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, root down through your sitting bones. Nice long spine. Take a moment, allow the eyelids to close. And coming back to your intentions. Coming back to all of the beautiful things that you are making space for. And with gratitude, releasing all of the things that you no longer need on your journey. And bring the palms to touch at heart center, bowing the head gently towards the hands. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you in this practice. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here for this full moon flow. I will meet you right back here on the mat next time.